Hey guys, it's Shaft, and you're probably wondering why you were just looking at someone else's stream, but I was casting. So here's what happened. I was actually our main streamer for the last version, but the power flickered at my house, and, well, that's the surest way to make Shafts go from a great big smile to a great big frown. And we got the entire video corrupted in the process, so we had to use a little bit of a backup video. What we've done, since it was kind of, sporadic and crazy on Skype afterward that, we've terminated the video into parts, so you just watched part 1, here's part 2, and in part 2 we get the benefit of having our star here, Bioice, come in and talk about the game. So it's kind of a mixed blessing either way. Let's go ahead and get this game unpaused, guys. We're going to do a little bit of a countdown. So it's going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. LG Shaft has left the game. Angry face.
And here you are.
Indeed,
okay.
Sir.
So at this point, I was basically doing a baneling timing. It's pretty good if they're playing greedy, but this guy, he wasn't. He was only on 1 gas, and he was mousing up a lot of lings before, so so he has a pretty decent counter. I think I do get enough damage here.
Yeah. Especially when you get some of these banelings into his natural. Ooh.
After those hits, I was in pretty good shape to fall back, and I think that's what I ended up doing, yeah.
Yeah, 14 workers killed there.
So I was throwing down my third base at this point, but because I knew he had the Carapace coming, and he's got the 3 base larva production, I canceled that, and I threw up some spines just to be safe while I'm getting my Spire. I knew he was just getting his gas, so he wasn't going to have anything too scary out too fast other than lings and banelings. So
how'd you know it was Carapace before you saw it?
It's usually Carapace. I don't +1 melee isn't that. Carapace is a lot stronger in +1 melee, I'll put it like that, because you get the advantage versus lings, and also your banelings get that, you get an extra hit against banelings through your lings.
Okay, cool. Basically, this show is kind of for bronzies all the way up, so I like to point out any kind of assumptions we're making.
Alright,
yeah, for sure, man.
So, at this point, I'm basically just wanting to get my mutas out so I can take my third base, because I'm pretty scared of his +1 Carapace lings, and other than that, I'm still in pretty good shape because I got my gases running so much faster. I know I have that tech advantage.
Do you always go mutas?
Recently I've been going mutas because I think it's a lot safer. I used to go fast roaches, but you can die to speedling all-ins and stuff. I'm
not used to hearing people say muta builds are safer, because sometimes mutas make you vulnerable to roaches. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, you can die to roach timings, but if you see they have their gases, or if you're scouting well, mutas are safer in my opinion, because once you get them out, then you're not really vulnerable to those roach timings anymore. You just got to make sure you're scouting and you see the roach timing if it's coming, and if it is, you just throw some spines down and you're in good shape. Alright,
now what time do you get those gases you just mentioned?
I do it pretty late actually. I get my second gas at 40 supply, and then once I start my lair, which is my first 100 gas after my Bane Nest, that's when I get my 3rd and 4th gases.
Okay, gotcha. Well, at what point do you notice transition into infestors?
Infestors, I like to do right after my first wave of mutas. I don't like to get too many. This game I got 7. Ideally, you'd probably want 9. I just didn't have the gas for it at the time. I figured the mutas aren't going to do damage. It's going to have anti-air. I might as well just transition a little bit faster.
Gotcha. Is the reason that you delay the gas so you can do that little harassment with Ling Baneling?
It's that, and it gives you a bigger mineral surplus, that just so you can get out, you can spend all your larva with perfect injects constantly.
Awesome.
And you can take your third faster. It's just a lot more economical.
Okay, so just to make sure I get this right, you get your first extractor when your pull finishes? Is that about right?
I get it at, about 17 supply after my pull finishes.
Alright, so say you're teaching me this build. I'm gonna go recreate this build, and I'm playing the very next game, trying to play your style. What are the gas timings?
17 gas, 40 gas, and then 2 more gas as soon as your layer started.
Gotcha. Okay, cool deal. And then you get upgrades kind of after you start your infestors?
Yeah, I get my infested pit down, then I throw down the double Eva chambers, and as soon as I get the upgrade, like the infestor upgrade, then I get the dual Eva chamber upgrades, then I spend all my gas on infestors.
Awesome. Okay, gotcha. So it's just one major wave of mutas to clear out overlords.
Yeah, just to, like it keeps you safe while you're joining up your third. You can usually get an economic advantage like that. And then also you can clear all the overlords and just be annoying generally, because I got to throw up a whole bunch of spores and it puts you in good shape.
Yeah, I see you being very annoying, killing queens and drones at the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what he's doing right now is like a roach hydra timing, and this is actually pretty scary because I didn't see it moving across the map. Yeah, my overlord is a bit too high, so I actually see it like right now with these mutas.
Yeah, and, lucky with the mutas too.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get out my roaches now so I can defend this.
Okay. But, so you're going for roaches, not something like banelings here?
Yeah, definitely. You need, like, banelings wouldn't be that effective against his roaches.
Okay.
And I got my infestors out now, so I'm just massing roaches, and if I hold this, I'm in really good shape.
Understood. Yeah, I've heard some people say get banelings to take out the hydras, but you always have to be wary of the roaches.
Yeah, maybe if you're going like a more muta-heavy build, the banelings might be better. That way you can clear the hydras and use the mutas to kill the roaches.
Okay.
Just with my style, I don't like to invest that much into...
Makes perfect sense, because it slows down your later tech.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, JaKaTaK.
With a situation like this, with like a battle like this, like how do you decide how many fungals you're going to throw down and how many infested terrans you're going to throw down? Like, is it sort of willy-nilly or like?
Well, basically, I like to fungal if there's like I can hit 7 or 8 units. If not, like I don't think it's worth fungling just 3 or 4. Like it's better just throw the infested terrans.
Yeah.
And you don't want to throw them. I was just I just wanted to have the infested terrans out so I could hold this. But normally I wouldn't throw them. I just save the energy for later, if I could have held it without them.
Okay. Cool deal. So you're basically wrecking his economy right now?
Yeah. I have full 3-base income, and I think he missed some drones on his 3rd base.
Gotcha. So,
yeah, just
what are
saturating that now.
When you're injecting, like, what... Okay, again, let's say we're talking to newer players here. Say Gold League. What are your tips for injects?
The way I do it is I hotkey a queen to 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I just inject my 4 hatcheries like that.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely easier to do like the shift tab trick for injecting, and I would do that if I hadn't like spent 10,000 games memorizing the muscle memory for doing it with the 5, 6, 7, 8.
See, I do backspace method. What is shift tab?
I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, as far as like inject methods go, you have minimap, you have the way Bioice is doing it with individual queens, and then you have backspace, and then you have camera locations. And I was actually wanted to ask you, like, do you use like a rally point cam or base camera locations or anything like that, or you just stick to the base, the base cam thing itself?
I have my queens hotkeyed so I can jump between my bases like that. I was experimenting with it for a while, but I haven't found like enough use from it to justify using it as Zerg at least. I think it might be a lot better for the other races.
Yeah.
Because I can't jump around from my bases with the queens.
Okay. Yeah, I don't find myself using cameras much. I do usually have one where I have all my units rallied to, but that's it.
So at this point, I think I wait for my 2-2 to finish, and then I go for the attack.
Okay. What makes you feel confident that you're ahead on upgrades and whatnot with roaches? Because he has been making them for longer.
Well, I have 2-2 upgrades. I know he's not going to have hive tech yet.
Okay, so basically you want equal upgrades with him because he has 2-2?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, and I know I have a larger army right now just because I had that econ advantage from joining up my 3rd faster, and right here he has these investors behind me, and this actually hurt me a lot because he fungals me as I'm going down the ramp and gets some really nice fungals.
Is it worth...
You kill so many infestors, though.
Yeah. Ooh, really good fungals here.
And you come in with the flank over here?
Yeah, I actually, if I did it again, I would have put like 10 more roaches on the top just because I had a lot of roaches on this ramp not attacking. You want to spread them out pretty even. So at this point, I just fall back and remax.
Alright. So I've always, in Roach Hydra Infestor battles, it always seems like that's the combination. why are you not like using your own hydras? Is it just because you've been splitting your gas off for Muta and Infestor so much?
Yeah, I was really, really gas tight because I went those like 7 Mutas, and I had to pay for the Spire as well. So now I'm going to start adding in hydras now that I have the gas for my 4th base.
Okay, but you'll do a timing attack without the hydras. You don't feel like you have to wait for them?
No, you don't need to. As long as you have the army size advantage. Because if you're even army and he has the hydras and you don't, you're just going to die. So don't attack if you don't have that army size advantage. It's not going to work out good for you.
Okay. And here you are 40 supply ahead, so at max you have to attack?
Yeah, you can just attack again at this point, because I know I still have that econ advantage, and I just go for it. And I think this attack I do really, really well.
I agree. I was going to point that out. You actually sent stuff to every possible path for like the ultimate surround. That
was a really nice flank.
I've been thinking about that recently in Daybreak against Terran, because I always find myself like getting crushed by tanks in this middle path, and like splitting units up like that. But I've never actually seen someone do that. So that's epic.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Because that way you can't get fungled on the ramps and stuff, because he's not going to fungle like 3 locations.
Gotcha. So splash heavy equals huge. Yeah, perfect sense.
Do you usually end up in like when you get into like a 20-minute ZvZ game into like Roach Hydra? Is that usually like the style that you end up doing? Do you ever get into any like universe Muta battles and you just like stay on that for a long time, or?
I don't like to do that. Like I usually, if he's going like Muta too, I'll go up to like 16 Mutas, and then I'll just use this to protect myself while I'm satching my 3rd, and then I'll throw down like 2 or 3 spores at each base and just go Infestors, and I usually end up ahead because because if he keeps going Mutas, he gets to a point where I've got 10 Infestors, and even though he has 15 plus Mutas, he can't do anything. And then I got a stronger mid game.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, what about players who do really good splits? Because that, I mean, what you say makes sense, but as like I use Mutas myself, but usually kind of the same way you do with the switch out. And whenever I see someone like kind of turtle back, get a lot of spore crawlers because they're really over expecting the Mutalisks, or even if they read the Mutalisks fine, they're forced to go for Infestors in some circumstances. But it takes so long for the Infestors to come out. You need 2 to 3 fungals to kill off a Muta. So they really have to burn off a lot of energy, and if you're only sending like 1 or 2 Mutas at a time, that can get really cost ineffective. So how do you deal with that?
Well, the idea is to get out your 8 to 10 Infestors, and then to start producing Hydras. Get out like a dozen Hydras, and then you just go over and take your 4th base. And then you just keep filling up your army while you're 4th building, and you're usually max by the time it's done. Then you attack, and then saturate your 3rd. Your 4th that you build like 10 drones and remax, and you're in good shape, because the Mutas, even if he splits them, they're not going to do good against the Hydras if they're being fungled, because he has to come in all at once to kill the Hydras.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, so we're basically just setting up the next game for Corliss. This is going to be on Newkirk. So while I'm setting this up, if you guys just want to talk about the game, feel free. I just want to let you know why I'm going to get quiet.
Yeah, man, do your thing. Have you ever? What do you use for your hotkey layout right now?
Right now I use 1 hatchery, 2, 3, 4 army. Usually like 2 will be like my main army, 3 will be Infestors, and then 4 will be Mutas, and later like Broodlords and Corruptors.
Yeah.
And then 5, 6, 7, 8 are just Queens.
Yeah. What do you use, like standard or grid? Do you make any modifications or anything like that?
I don't do too much. Like I'll do a couple convenience things. Like I'll change my Evo chamber hotkeys so they're all lined up next to each other, and my speed. But that's about it. I don't change it too much.
Your Evo changer? Oh, the actual hotkeys on the Evo chamber. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't notice that you hotkeyed your Evos.
Yeah. Like I don't hotkey them. I just change like melee to Z, missiles to X, and carapace to C.
Right. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I know that a couple players I've been talking to have been hotkeying the incremental hotkeys on a control group, like on one of the far ones, just to like keep tabs on it and stuff like that, and then like the regular upgrade stuff like Roach Warrens and Hydrogens and stuff on another key. A couple of people I know are doing it on like mouse buttons right now.
See, I'll be honest with you. That's what I do. Here's my setup. I actually have my mouse button set to backspace. F1 is for all my hatcheries. Spacebar is actually for my main hatchery for upgrades and whatnot. And then I do completely grid from that point on. Oh, my queens are actually on the tilde key.
Yeah.
Alright. But anyways, looks like we're getting this game started. What are your feelings on ZvT here, Baya?
I played a lot like pretty standard. I play it like Scarlet does, like 5-minute gases. I'm pretty confident in ZvT right now.
Good.
Do you spread creep like Scarlet does?
I don't know. Like I try to.
Well, I think that's the key.
Hey, Bio, stay in this game. I'll drop you when I want you to go. But for right now, let's just continue talking about your ZvT.
All right.
So I didn't mean to interrupt you. What is the benefit of getting such early gas? Because I love watching Scarlet play, but I've never been able to emulate her style. I'm one of those players who favored, what was that kid's name? Ice Fisher build, Spanishiwa. Like, delay all your gases as long as possible. I've always done that. So what are the advantages of getting, like, gas early in that?
Well, the advantage would be, like, you get the faster speed, so you can defend your third a bit easier. Mm-hmm. Like, the Ice Fisher is really strong for your main and natural, but it's a bit harder to defend your third base, I find. And also, it allows you to get faster double Evo chamber upgrades and just to get your ZRU going faster.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, how do you open?
I opened 15 hatch almost exclusively in this matchup.
Okay, and then you get your pull at
16 supply. I usually 13 scode as well.
Okay, and then what? All 4 gas at you said.
You take 2 gas at 5 minutes at your natural.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, looks like we kind of know what to expect here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you out of this conversation, and we'll go ahead and introduce the players, even though you probably know where everyone is. I would hope so, at least. Deuces. He actually dropped himself. Guy's way quicker than I am. Okay.
Faster than draw.
Alright, so here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the teammate of Bioice. He is the Purple Terran player, Corlith. And his opponent, you can do the introduction.
His opponent is some sort of a Zerg. We know that he likes to build his hatchery first on this map. His name is Bioice.
Yes, sir. And you are sipping on the tea. Is it cold tea or hot tea?
Oh my god, it is hot tea, and it is lemon echinacea throat coat tea. It is so delicious and good for my voice when I've been talking all day. Oh my god, it is so good.
I really should be nicer in my voice. I do terrible things to it.
Yeah. For sure, man. Actually, I learned that, I kind of learned that the hard way.
Well phrased.
Yeah.
So, even though we do see Bioice going for that 13 scout, he is actually shut out of Corlith's base. This does tell tells Bioice that he's not going to be going for the super fast command center here. He's probably eventually going to get some gas.
You know what's interesting? That I'll have to ask him later. He goes for the 13 scout. He said he was going for it. That was the plan. Mm-hmm. But the timing wasn't right to get into the base. Did he just want to see the front? Was that the plan?
Well, it's the timing on this. If this depot gets put up as quickly as it did, Corlith is automatically hiding something. He's delaying a command center. Well, yeah, see, he did go command center really quickly, which I said he wouldn't. But when I said that, I was actually referring to inside of the base. He shuts off the information here so that right now Bio has no options of scouting. It's too early for Lings. So basically, this command center is never going to get scouted. When you see second depot...
What does Corlith have for scouting right now? What does he see? Has he gone out yet?
Not really. He's definitely assuming the fast hatch, which you really can do that. But
yeah.
Here's why. Here's what's happening. This depot actually is kind of a tell. It tells you there's going to be gas at some point because your opponent's trying to hide something. And that actual hiding is going to be Banshees. You can almost guarantee this.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yep. And Corlith.
Do you have to, like, when you make that that depot as early as he did, does it really hurt your build? Do you have to really cut into the efficiency of your build to do that?
Yes. Very much. Very, very much. I'm not a Terran player, so I don't know like the exact numbers, but yes. That's all I can say. We do have a bunch of queens here.
Oh, wow, bunker.
Exactly.
I was asleep at the wheel.
Well, this is a strange bunker. It's not like a bunker rush. This is a creep spread bunker. Corlith loves to do this. I had him on the show in the past.
Oh, cool.
And basically, look at this creep chamber. It's not going down that ramp. Bio will have to invest quite heavily in order to actually take this. So this is definitely... As soon as you said, do you like to spread creep, you should have seen the grin on my face.
That's I think the creep spread has been just in StarCraft in general one of the underutilized and explored mechanics. That's,
I definitely think
finally
so.
starting to push out with Scarlet and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. In ZvT, it's always been important, but in other matchups, it's definitely been neglected. I think people started taking notice of creep spread with Ling Bling Muta against Terran. Think about it. You have to be on creep in order to win that battle. That's where, actually, in an interview, Scarlet mentioned that that's when she started like really working on her creep spread.
Yeah, I think I lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Took out the bunker with 4 queens. Excellent.
Yeah, that used to happen to me a lot. Then I stopped doing those things.
Oh yeah, man. You know.
Yeah. +1 upgrades actually coming out of Bioice right now. He's getting both the Ling Carapace and Ling Attack, and layers on the way as well. Now, just your standard ZvT. You've got the Hellions here now. Blue Flames on the way. So he's actually going into that mech style. So, yeah, not Banshees this time. This is one of the exceptions. But still, you know, he had to hide that gas in order to do mech. So that's why you saw the depot come early.
Engineering bay. He's got 3 factories. What is he going to use that for? Is he just going to also upgrade his bio, or?
Well, you do have to have an engineering bay to build an armory, don't you?
No, you do not.
Wow, I really should play Terran some more. I have no idea, to be honest with you, then. It might just be for the wall.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's a fake.
It could be. It could be.
That would be some real long play stuff, but I'm just trying to think of what he's going to use that engineering bay for.
Well, Corlith builds bunkers to delay your creep spread. Long play is definitely something he takes into consideration.
Yeah. I really like this this different creative play coming out of Corlith. I still kind of wonder though, like, is that bunker worth it? You know,
very much so. He can salvage.
Did he salvage it? Did he?
I don't know if he did this particular game. I know that's usually his goal. But if he didn't salvage it, imagine how much money Bioice spent way before he ever had to. Because think about it, Blue Flame Hellions getting into the
nice
game.
Trap with the Lynx holding the Blue Flame Hellions in for a sec, but that's not going to last for very long.
Yeah, still, Bio doing a great job keeping these drones alive, yet there's still quite a few Hellions going up into the main now.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude,
that is a lot of Blue Flame Hellions. A little bit of miscontrol, I feel. I don't know. I would have went right in for those drones, but they're not really... You got a couple of them targeting the queen instead of targeting the drones.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Rough.
I feel like he could have done a lot more damage with that.
Yeah, definitely could have, but he's ultimately killed off most of that mineral line.
Yeah, I know.
Very big mistake there by Bio.
17 workers killed. Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Very big mistake there by Bio, actually, though, not having his bases connected with creep.
By creep.
Yeah, he has...
all the time.
He has 6 queens, bro. He has 6 queens. There's no excuse.
He's got his creep almost to half the map, but he doesn't have his bases connected.
Now, let's pause this thought here for a moment. Bio, what does he know? What does he know? He's seen Blue Flame Hellions. He's seen mass Blue Flame Hellions. He knows he's going to have a little window here where there's no tanks, There might be Thors. He can't be too sure about Thors because
Can
it
he
could be
assume
Hellion
mech at this
Thor.
point with that many Hellions?
Oh, absolutely. Once he saw Blue Flame, he can assume mech, but even with that many Hellions, yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
If you see Blue Flame, you know it's going to be mech.
Good to know.
Usually, also, when you see Blue Flame, you expect Banshees. Completely not the case here. I think Corlith actually is going against the metagame a little bit, kind of setting expectations and then tweaking them just a little.
I think that's Corliss' style. I haven't only watched like part of one game of Corliss so far, and I already am pretty convinced that his style is to smash the metagame in half.
It very much is. That's why he was featured on Metagame Magic.
A lot of energy in these queens.
Yeah, well, you have 6 queens, so you kind of want some transfuses, and it's not like he's neglecting creep spread or inject, so...
I don't know. Look at those queens on injects. They're getting kind of high.
Even so, I mean, if he injects with the queens, because remember, he had all those queens kind of bludgeoned in the space, he probably mixed and shuffled a couple of them.
Yeah. That macro hatch is definitely going to help him get his inject energy down real quick.
No doubt. Actually, let's take a look at something real quick. Units right now, 17 larva. 57. He's got 57 drones, and his opponent's got 68 SCVs with mules. Economically, I like Corlith's position.
I feel like, in my experience playing, like having a Zerg in this sort of a situation,
especially where you just erased his mineral line yet again. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the burst of units, to come flooding out. Keeping that drone count down is really delaying that moment where Bio can get aggressive. But I mean, he's just taking bases, spreading the creep.
The only thing I want to point out though about the Hellions is it significantly delays his late game push. Look at actually the late game units of Corlith. I'm completely disregarding Hellions here. Siege tanks, well, there are 3 here, 3 total on the map. There are 6 Thors. That's actually not that much supply. Most of his supply is in Hellions. So, at this point, Roachling, Infestor, that's going to wreck Corlith. That's what he has to be afraid of. He has got to get more siege tanks out. I think he might be worried about Broodlords, so he's getting so many Thors.
Nice little run around up top on the 3rd. Planetary Fortress. You're not going to get anything hit on that. And going right on the creep, no siege mode or anything like that. He's clearing it out. He's pretty far out here. A little bit of Ling run by on the 4th. I don't know when he took that base, but no planetary there. Going to get a lot of damage done. That's nice.
Very, very nice. Actually, he killed off 11 workers with that single attack. And, oh, wow.
One back is going to move in, try to cut more out of the creep.
This might literally just be a creep push, because he's not at max yet. There's no logical reason for him to be pushing here.
Oh, God, the fungals.
That's going to be the end of those Hellions.
That was a nice fungal. Oh, he's losing so many infestors, though. Oh, my God. I really don't feel like that was the point to go forward with the infestors.
It wasn't. It would have been in any other matchup. But against Corlith, with the way that he had positioned those Thors, he actually moved the Thors down so that for the follow-up fungals, the Thors would be in a perfect position to kill off the infestors. That was beautiful micro by Corlith.
And that was rough damage. Bio cannot be happy about that in any way.
No, absolutely not. And right now, he has actually got the siege mode. So, I mean, ultimately, he's going to lose his army.
He's getting surrounded, though. Not a lot of siege tanks. I think he's going to take this fight. Thors are good, but I mean...
He might take the fight ultimately, Bio, but Corlith is still close to max supply. He's got a 70 supply lead. So he's been cost effective, even if he loses.
Take it back, man. Thors are good. Holy crap! 221 upgrades. Well done.
Indeed.
GG.
Indeed. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing Bio's take here on this. All right, let's close that. It looks like I closed out of the wrong window. Let's pull this back up. And inviting our good buddy back to the call. Where's the button? There we go. Yo,
hey.
So what are your thoughts on that game?
I wasn't able to SCOTUS 2-fact Blue Flame Hellion, and that did a lot of damage, and then I would have been okay, like I was in okay shape, at like 16 minutes, but then I suicided all my full energy all my full energy infestors.
Yeah, man. we were yelling at that. Oh my god.
If I had thrown all those infested Terrans on top of his army, when I engaged, I would have crushed it. I would have been in great shape, but just losing those infestors, it lost me the game.
Was that like a misclick? Or you meant to fungal and you move command him, or how does that happen, man?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It sucks.
If you want to, I'll show you what just happened there. If you guys want to look at the replay, Corlith planned that shit. I'm not even kidding you. I know this guy. He planned that. Watch the way in that replay. If you guys want to go to the exact time, I'll show you. But he literally, his Thors aren't attacking for like 5 seconds while everything else is, while he positions you, just so that when you do those follow-up fungals, he eliminates the investors. Dude is sick. I mean, just watch that battle, like, I guess in your spare time. We're running low on time, actually. So right. We'll move right on into the next game. What map would you like that on?
Can we do Daybreak?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We can do Steps of War. It is your choice.
War is in the map pool. This stuff is intense.
Yep. That's the beauty of our show matches. Literally, every map is in the map pool, except Tower Defense.
I don't know, man. I'll challenge you guys to some tower defense. See who's the pro then.
You said Daybreak, right?
Yep.
So what could you have done better that game other than not losing the infestors?
Well, I could have played a bit safer. Had a few more lings out just in case he was going Blue Flame Hellions. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I could have. I don't know. Like I didn't see it like the Blue Flame Hellions. So that
when. So you say you like to 13 scout on that map.
Sorry, go ahead.
When you scout at that timing, does it get through the wall at a normal second depot timing, but not when he rushes for the depot? Is that how the timings work out?
Yeah, standard one max expand like supply depot barracks CC. You get in really easy, and you can even get out with the drone. It just I don't know. He went like the old school. 2 supply depot before CC, so...
Does that tell you he's hiding something?
It can and it can't, because I play Corlith a lot, and he just does that, even if he's not hiding anything.
Yeah,
okay.
That's totally my style, too.
At what point did you realize he's going mech?
Like after the first wave of Blue Flame Hellions, I thought it was...
Was it the Blue Flame, or the sheer number of Hellions?
It was the Blue Flame.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, well, are you ready to hop into the next game, or was there something else about that one you'd want to discuss?
No. Other than that, it's pretty good.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and drop you out. Looking forward to it. Starting game. Yeah, so, I guess I was right.
Yeah, man. It's Corlith's a cool player. I like to watch him play.
I do.
Definitely interested to see what he does on Daybreak.
Dude, if the video quality on the old Metagame Magic episodes weren't so bad, I'd actually link you to it, because the dude wrecked through like J Echo, Sheth, and we're talking like Sheth at his prime here. It was
pretty cool, man.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyways, if you want to do the intros, be my guest.
Yeah, sure, man. We've got our guest of the day. We've got the Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner of our screen. It's Bioice. And in the top right-hand corner of our screen, he likes to do weird stuff and all kinds of things like that, and bunkers to kill creep. His name is Corlith.
Oh, wow. I like how you didn't even move your camera for that.
Yeah, I was watching your camera because I thought you were observing,
and I was watching yours.
And I was like, okay, all right, here we go.
Okay, cool deal.
I was just like, oh, it's probably fine. Like, it's probably fine on his, and I'm just being ridiculous. Like, I must have it to the wrong setting. I thought I clicked on shaft, but oh well. There we go.
That's awesome.
Get your GSL camera working. Feeling good.
Indeed, sir. Okay, so cool
all right,
deal.
we're back to business.
All right, so
Good.
it looks like Corliss is, building a barracks. I think that is like completely revolutionary.
Wait, this is weird. Generally, I see the Terrans going for the double gateway play in the beginning, and then transitioning over into Marines after they get their first Zealot out. But I mean, he's going right for the barracks.
Indeed, the epicness. Corliss, such a phenomenal player. I mean, he's got to set the standard, right?
Yeah, I mean, if MVP is not going to do it, who will?
Corliss. Holy crap. It's nothing in the game. It's who just logged on my friends list. I really want him to play against Bioice. Okay, have you ever heard of I Am Magic?
No. I have not heard.
I met him at MLG Raleigh, and he is the most phenomenal Zerg player I have ever met. Like, he makes Koreans look like toddlers.
I feel like you're overstating, but that's okay. We'll have to see how he plays. But I mean, when's the next big tournament he's going to be in?
I don't know. I haven't asked him. I actually haven't seen him since MLG Raleigh.
Oh man, how did he do?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, he's actually hasn't played in a couple of months. He was focusing on school. I know
that's
he had
rough.
mentioned that. So he says he's pretty bad right now. That makes me feel so sad.
When that happened at QXC said he was going to focus on school, and I was like, oh no. I was such a fan, like the beta in the beginning of Wings of Liberty, but...
Gotcha, dude. Yeah, okay, done there. Sorry about the camera action. Okay, so basically, very, very standard game. We see the 1-racks expand, Corliss doing his double depot style, getting the factory up now. He's only working on 1 gas, though, rather than the 2 he had earlier. So, life is looking good.
Yeah, do you think he'll go mech again? I mean, I feel like this map is really good for that.
How do you spell attack? A-T-A-K?
Me, personally?
Yes.
Yeah, JaKaTaK. That's how you spell my ID.
Cool.
I was like, how do you spell attack? I was like, A-T-T-A-C-K. I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well, the reason, I say he's probably not doing mech is the fact he only had the 1 gas. You actually see him getting his 2nd gas at the same time Bioice gets his. That's not kind of your standard timing. Now, Bioice is going to scout in here, and he's going to see both of these gases. Of course. Oh, actually, maybe not. He might not
nice
send it
placement on that Marine. I don't know
that's
how
why
long
he
it takes
might not
Marine
send
to
it
kill
in.
an Overlord, but...
It wouldn't see the 2nd gas, so he might not send it. Yeah. So either way, what he kind of wants to look for, if that Marine wasn't there, is how much gas has actually been mined out of the refinery. See how this first one says 2394? That was the second one that Corliss got. The one over here is actually 300 behind that. So this one's actually been had a lot longer. If he caught both of them at this 2100 mark here, that would mean mech or Banshee. But the fact that, he's not even sending the Overlord means he's clueless.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we do have a 3rd base out of Bio right now. He may actually just be assuming, because Corliss is known for his Hellion play to some degree, so I don't know, he might just be playing blind based on style. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to see what...
Remember that question you had?
He's got a Viking. What was that?
Remember that question you had about how long it takes a Marine to kill an Overlord?
Yeah, here we go. We get to see exactly how long. What does the Overlord see?
Well, let's find out. And we do have a little bit of a timing attack going on at the natural of Bio. We'll assume... Yeah, see, he just barely did not see that gas.
Really? Man, that's great. That's great to know.
Mm-hmm. He also didn't see the 3 star points on the way.
Holy crap, what in the hell?
Yep. He
3 starports.
He sees 111. He does not see...
Oh, that's beautiful. Are those all tech labs? Holy crap.
They would have to be.
4 starports.
Reactors would mean Vikings or medevacs, none of which makes very much sense. This could be Banshee, this could be Raven. I'm leaning towards
cool
massive Banshee, though.
Yeah, man. I love watching some people, try out stuff that's a little bit different.
Indeed, sir.
Love it.
Corlith is my hero.
Yeah.
Bio playing a really good game here, though. His injects are phenomenal.
Yeah, man. Spot on this game so far.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have 6 queens this game.
Very hard with 6 queens.
Indeed, it's near impossible when you only have 4 hatcheries.
Right. So yeah, building 4 banshees at a time is a thing. So okay.
Now he has 6 queens. I think 2 just popped out.
He's getting his spores down. Now is that just a normal okay, these are when the spores go down because some banshees might come in or usually will after the Hellions come out, kind of a thing?
Well, he's already seen the 1 starport. When you see a starport that early, you know banshees are coming.
Right.
Generally speaking, though, it's only 1 starport banshee. So 1 spore crawler is all you need for detection. The queens are really there for, dealing with the banshees. Unfortunately, this many banshees is going to make transfuse very, very difficult.
No, is that?
And
that's gonna be 9 banshees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
any scout? Whoa! Did you get a scout there?
Let's find out. No. He's seen a second one, but he hasn't seen all 4. But now he's seen the number. He's actually seen 3 banshees, 4 banshees coming this quickly. It's not even 11 minutes into the game, so he can kind of assume.
He knows that something crazy is up.
Yeah.
This is some fun business right here.
Mm-hmm. And this is actually going to be
Look at that. Look at targeting the high energy queen. Really nice.
Yeah, and here's the issue right now. Corlith is taking advantage of the lack of spores here. If Bio had have paid a little more attention to the scouts, maybe got overseers a little bit quicker, he would have known he'd have to have spores, more spores, to hold this. As it is, well, the queens are going to die too quickly. The transfuses are not fast enough to deal with the banshees alone. He has to have some kind of static defense.
I almost feel like the banshees could be being more aggressive than they are right now, but I mean, I've never played this before, so...
Well, they could be, but it'd be risky. He knows he's won this game. Boom, the main just died. Ouch.
What has he got in the way? What is the response to this? 9 infestors. He might be able to hit some sweet fungals and be okay.
It could work out. Look at the way
he's got the pathogen glands.
Yeah.
That's 1. That's 2.
It's getting close. He's got to be careful not to lose this single banshee to that spore, though.
He doesn't have burrow.
Now we've got Corlith going ahead, splitting himself up, so he's going to have to bait out some infested Terran. But ultimately, yeah, he's going to lose the banshees. This is a great hold here by Bioice. At this point, it's going to be real important to actually look at the units lost tab, I think, because both players have delayed their late game economy. Bioice by having been timing attacked and Corlith from doing such a crazy timing. So checking out the units lost tab, we've actually got Bio about 625 minerals lost more, but he also doesn't have a main. And a lot of the queens have been killed off. There's not much defense.
He's still building 4 at a time. He's still building 4 banshees at a time.
Yeah.
He's not done.
No, not at all. And the banshees...
5 infestors, though. Oh, he's going to finish off...
the lair!
He's going to finish off the lair. It goes down. It goes down. If he gets that spawning pool, it will take forever for the reset for the tech. I can't believe he's not killing the spawning pool.
Well, he knows it's going to die over time. He knows it's going to die over time.
Let's drop a... Oh, man. Oh, these guys are dead, though, huh?
It's possible. Not quite. We actually didn't have... I wasn't sure like which one was going to get fungal in time, but none of the infestors actually had fungal there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It like I said, it was possible.
Massive banshee play. Fun stuff.
Ridiculous. That's all I've got to say about that. Okay, so just taking a look at the units tab, we have 8 Banshees on the map, 1 Viking who's making the Overlord's life a living hell, 11 Infestors.
16 workers killed from, 31 workers killed from Bioice, though. He went in there while we were watching that fight and killed 31 workers.
Oh, wow, we missed that entirely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a really epic Banelings, or I don't have to look at the replay.
Might have just been Lings. I don't even think Corliss saw it. Wow, so he is actually staying in this game.
Oh, totally. He's got the supply lead. He's even got he's got a worker lead.
Wow.
After that.
Dude, I wish we had like a replay button.
Rewind button. I'm definitely going to be looking at the replay later. What
Indeed, sir.
Presence of mind you'd have to like be like, oh man, tons of Banshees everywhere. You know what I'll do? I'm going to like wreck his economy.
Yeah, imagine the pressure he was feeling. Like, we're not feeling any pressure at all, and we missed that. But he had the foresight, under pressure, to just go ahead and send that. That is why he's a top Masters player. Corlith, on the other hand, is a top Grandmasters player. So, this is going to be a good game. This, in fact, is already a good game. Let's take a look at these Banshees.
Yeah. He's in the main.
There's actually
Did he just take out the main again? Did he?
Yes, sir. And there's actually a 4th base for Corlith.
Wow. He's got the 4th base up, and he's got the planetary in there doing its thing.
So it's 2 base Zerg against 4 base Terran.
That's not something you see every day.
You can say that again. Those Banshees are good for map control. Now, we do have Lings coming to the command center. It is not a planetary fortress.
He's going to lift it up. Or he's going to lift it up. Oh, God, he scared the crap out of it. I was like,
wow. Well, Corlith smartly finishing up this wall. He does not want to lose the SCVs yet again. Mule's fortunately keeping him in this game. Wow, we've got a double armory now, so he's probably going to be switching over into some kind of mech style, or going to go complete Sky Terran. It's hard to tell.
Hey Shaft, if I asked you, if you had to take a guess at how many Banshees were being built at a time right now, what would you say? Without looking, you have to guess. Where's the number? Let's see it.
I was thinking like 5, but I looked before you told me, and it looks like 4.
4. All game.
Indeed.
And after he's done building those 4 Banshees, you know what he's probably going to do?
4 more.
Probably going to build 4 Banshees.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. He is, however, switching into some Hellions, so going to mix it up a little bit. Actually, I love the Hellion idea. Think about it. What kind of armor do Infested Terran have?
What do you mean? They're armored units?
Yeah, they have light armor.
What? Infested Terrans. I think it said Infestors. I was like, what? Do they have light? I've never looked at an Infested Terran up close before.
They actually have light armor. Let's think about it. What do Infested Terran beat? Banshees. What beats Infested Terran? What beats light armored units? Hellions.
Yeah, Hellions, he's got the blue flame up, yeah?
This is some phenomenal forethought by Corlith.
Oh, he doesn't have the blue flame Hellions up just yet.
Well, he's making a lot of Hellions. He's not getting the blue flame, but he knows right here, looking at Infested Terran, light armor. It's intense. I honestly don't know what Bio can do to stay in this game. I mean, he is at Hive Tech. He does have 4 bases now, a macro hatch, but everything is so delayed.
It's really impressive that the scores, the supplies right now are 114, 143, and not much worse.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Now, the Banshees, of course, still making the Infestors spend their energy. Unfortunately, all Bio's really losing here. Well, there we go. He's losing some Infested Terran now. But if all he lost was an energy, and Corlith is losing gas like this, it's hugely bad for Corlith. But if he can even target down 2 to 3 Infestors like he has, well, he's fine. Look at the energy left on these Infestors. There's 1 with full energy. The other 5 don't even have a fungal.
The supplies have evened out. I don't know though, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how cost effectively you can continue to throw these Banshees at Bioice.
I definitely think that's true, but we have a 5th base coming now for Corlith, and he's very, very smart. Check out Corlith's mineral to gas ratio. He is constantly low on gas. Well, he's saving a little bit now, but he's always high on minerals. And when he's this high on minerals, what's the quickest way to spend them? Planetary Fortress.
Yeah, man, he's going right into battle cruisers too.
Yes.
It's gonna be nice.
And I mean, look, he's got another
nice
base.
little run by though.
And it doesn't even matter that he loses these SCVs. This is the time of the game where Terran players sacrifice their SCVs for mules, for bigger army supplies. So he's just LOLing all the way home.
Yeah, it's going to be really rough for Bioice to claw his way back in this game. But again, he's keeping the supplies even. He's keeping himself in it. He's building himself some Broodlords.
It's funny.
To which the battle cruisers will have to say, yeah, but he'll have the Corruptor backup.
I just want to point one thing out. Corlith has still got this base right here. This base is actually his base. It's Bio's base. And Corlith has nearly mined it out. So that would be the final base of Bioice, should this come to the ultimate late game.
Mm.
And there's nothing there.
This is definitely a good move to take. He's really smart.
Okay, and now Bioice finally seeing it, but there's a planetary
he
there.
He didn't know that it was there the whole
No.
time? Oh, that's rough.
This is the very first time he's seen this.
That's rough. He's not going to be feeling very good about that. He's going to go right in for it.
Uh-huh. You just have to imagine the WTF on his face right now.
He's going to wait for him to clump up, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. And there's the clump. There's the fungals. I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's only 3 Corruptors left. But the fungals are doing work. And the Queen... No, it's not enough.
Oh, too slow.
It's not enough anti-air. He didn't know this was coming.
Sky Terran for the win. How the hell? Is this real life?
Yeah, he's doing it pretty well. He's bringing more Corruptors. The issue is he can't keep his Infestors alive. Like, the Fungals were great, but then all the Infestors died.
Mm-hmm.
GG.
Wow.
GG.
Bio going 0-2 against Corlith. Well done, Corlith. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and bring Bio back into the chat, have him talk about these games while I find one last opponent. Okay, looking around for folks. Yo, how was that game?
I don't know. I've never played against that build before.
That's the first question I was going to ask you, man. I was just like, have you ever played against someone who builds 4 Banshees at a time? Oh my god, that was nuts, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like I could have died to a lot of all-ins early on if I had scudded it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I had ran, like, a lot of lings into his third morph, like 10 banelings, like, I could have busted the supply depot wall as natural at his ramp to his main, and then just killed all those workers because he didn't have anything to fight off the lings. Other than that, though, I don't know. I lost my main and my natural to the Banshees. I didn't scout it, and then he had like 8 Banshees in my main before I only had 1 Spore and my Queens, and it wasn't enough to defend it.
Yeah, I mean, that was like you managed to like claw your way back in. You were on even supply with him for a while after that, but. He got that base in the top center. When did you scout that?
Like he had the base in the very top middle.
Yeah.
I didn't scout it to the very end. I scouted the base in the bottom middle.
Alright, well, it looks like I've got an opponent for you. Actually, I have 2, but we only have time for one more best of 3. It could be a Protoss, it could be a Terran. It basically depends on who shows up first.
Okay.
Come on, Protoss, come on.
Alrighty, it is going to be the Protoss.
Yes. one of each matchup. Very fun.
Indeed, indeed.
I'm looking at the replay up right now. I'm just watching for that point in time where you killed like 30-something workers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had done that earlier with a few more lings and some banelings, I could have killed all the workers at his Nat and his main because he had no anti-gram other than the Banshees.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff, dude. I really liked that game. Like, even though you lost, you showed, like, some intense skill. We were talking about that. Like, the presence of mind it would take to say, oh, shit, there's 24 Banshees in my base! Oh, I'm gonna send these links over here.
Yeah, man, and, what's up with you not connecting your main your natural with creep? What's going on with that? So, you don't like to do that, or?
I don't know why I didn't do it that game, I'll be honest.
You think that would have helped you against the Banshees?
No, I just didn't have the right units to stop it. Like, I would have needed to scout it, and if I wanted to totally hold it off, I would have needed 2 spores per base and to know where the Banshees are coming in to have my queen's positions, and then I just need to hold off to my investors route, and then I'm ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually going to do a 2-minute break, guys. That way I can go grab a soda, get some insulin in me. If anybody else needs to do anything, that's fine. But when we come back, we will be doing a ZvP BO3. And you guys knew I was a poet, didn't you? Bye.